All right, welcome back to the FQ show. We're here for episode 5. Here today with my co-host Tash. How you doing, Tash?
Good, thanks, Cal. How are you?
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's good.
We're here to discuss all things football around the state, cover the results from the weekend, the Easter long weekend, and look at the week ahead. A lot of competition sort of returning back after the break for the women's, so yeah, that'll be good.
Good to see.
Yeah. We are also joined here today by Brisbane Roar Academy products and recent sort of signing to their first team, Louis Zabala. Louis, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good.
Good to have you here, and excited to sort of hear you talk about your journey, being from a regional area and then sort of travelling here, there and everywhere and getting yourself into the Raw first team. So
yeah, it's been quite a journey, but yeah, happy to be here and happy to have a chat with you guys about it.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's crack into the big moments from across the Easter long weekend. First of all, FQPR women's and the NPL women's had a bit of a break after after playing the week before, so a little bit of a sort of staggered start for them this season, unfortunately. But into the NPL men's competition, Olympic FC, they had the big moment this week in sort of equaling their club record for their best start to an NPL season. They've just gone 5 wins from 5 games after a win over Gold Coast United. Red card apiece in that game. Did you catch the highlights on that one, Louis?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Entertaining game, but I think Olympic are looking the goods at the moment and probably the team to beat in the NPL at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. They haven't necessarily played probably the big 4 yet, but yeah, interesting times for them and exciting times for them. I think it's been a perfect start. So
yeah,
5 wins. How can it not be?
Happy days.
Absolutely. We had 2 other massive matches on the weekend. Peninsula Power hosted Gold Coast Knights, who up until this weekend were undefeated, but guest last week, Joe Duckworth, correctly predicted Anthony Polyak scoring a goal. He scored a mad free kick.
It was class goal by him. So good on Joe for predicting that. I'm betting man.
So Peninsula Power got up 1-0 over Gold Coast Knights. And the man himself, he scored a free kick to go ahead in the Classico 2-0. So a great win for Lions in that one there. So
it was a tough game. It looked like a tough game.
Yeah, end-to-end staff. Brisbane City still had quite a few chances, put Lions under the pump, but Fechner scoring against his old club in the first half, and then Joe early in the second. So
I think Lions are starting to grind out results now, and I think they're going to be there or thereabouts as well. Come the end of the season. So
they're now sitting second place in the ladder as well. So they were there last week and sort of held there this week. It was good to see for them. A few other results around. Sunny Coast Wanderers at Kaplan had a grand 1-1 draw. Tough place to play at Kaplan. And Eastern Suburbs got up in the second half over Logan Lightning, so a good result there. And your boys got yourself a win. You played in that game as well against Moreton Bay.
Important win for us. Obviously, it's not been a perfect start for the NPL boys, but I mean every point's important. But that was a good performance, I think, from the boys and important victory. So we're happy to take that. And the boys have Lions this week, Friday night. So.
We'll get to preview that one in a sec, but. The good start, but helpful result for you boys.
Very helpful.
Unfortunately for Moreton Bay, who probably haven't quite clicked yet, but we'll look to do so in their sort of upcoming games. So, good stuff from the NPL results there. Moving on to the FQPR 1, big moments in this competition. Strikers actually dropped points against Sunny Coast Fire. Conceded a penalty late in the match. To equalise the game. So, just the 1 point away from home for the Strikers. Redlands also got a win against Southside Eagles, so they actually move into the top 3 this week as well. So, a good result for them. And Rochedale travelled up to Toowoomba on the Good Friday and got up over the Thunder 4-1. It was a pretty tight game in that one. I actually went out and got to that one myself. My player to watch, he got himself on the score sheet as well. Nico levelled the scores at 1-1, but Rochedale just really made the most of their chances in that and created plenty more. They played well and probably deserved to be victors in that one. So, good result for Rochedale. Western Pride struggled against Magpies. Magpies got up 4-1 in that match. Yanni Abe with 2 goals there. And Mitchelton also had a fantastic result against Caboolture. There were 3 red cards in that match, I believe. So bit of a fiery
entertaining
affair.
game to watch that one, for sure.
Mitchelton was 4 different goal scorers. So spreading out the load, and a really good result for them. They struggled out of the blocks there a bit. I think their irregular training with their fields due to sort of the floods recently sort of impacted their start, but now starting to kind of come into it a bit better now, which is good to see.
Great to see for them.
Yeah.
Caboolture.
Yeah.
Shocking result there.
Yeah, well, they've sort of had two poor results in a row.
Yeah.
That'll be a bit of a sort of wake-up call to them after a fairly strong start so far this season. So struggling with the loss of Cam, even though we thought that it wouldn't be a problem after the win against Rochdale. So
exactly, yeah.
Interesting times for Terry Kirkham. I'm sure he can rally the troops and turn around. Yeah, so that'd be good. Into the FQPR 2 competition. The moment of this round, Albany Creek and Holland Park Hawks. What a roller coaster of a game that was.
High scoring game.
Yeah, great football. Albany Creek getting up 4-3 in that one. The lead changed hands a good 3-4 times in that. Albany Creek got the opener. Holland Park equalised, came back 2-1. Albany Creek equalised again. Holland Park went up again, and then in the 90th minute, Holland Park gave away a penalty. Keeper with a sort of poor challenge there, and Ali Russell put away the pen to. Yeah,
sounds like a classic there.
What a time to be a fan.
Yeah. So that means that Albany Creek actually join Surfers Paradise Apollo with a perfect start. Both teams on a perfect start after Surfers' a win against a struggling Taringa side.
Yep.
A few other results from around. Sanford got up 4-0 over Virginia. Magic 1-1 against Wolves. Surfers, as I said, got up over Taringa 5-1. South United beating Coomera 4-1. And then North Star got a late winner there to edge out Grange Thistle. So some good results all around. Still pretty tight in the middle of the table there. So good to see.
Good to see the back end of the season in that comp then.
Who knows what's sort of going to happen in that sort of mid-table there. Be interesting to see. Now, Tash, the Kaplan Super Cup, they had their round 3 fixtures across the SEQ region.
Yes, which is probably why there was a bye round in the NPL Women's and FQPL
that makes sense,
that. But
they still got to play their football. So,
some good results there. But Eastern Suburbs and Penn Power was our feature game, and Penn Power came out with the win.
Yeah.
Over East, which was for a 3-2 win, which was very exciting.
Absolutely, yeah. Power went up early in the sort of first half, scoring 2 goals.
Yeah.
Crossing in, headed good headers as well. So, and then East, when they equalised, Keiho Oshima, an absolute banger
of a goal. Yes. But for Power to come back in the last in the 90th minute and score that late winner.
Yeah. It was for a penalty, but they were still sort of putting on the gas and putting in, trying to find that last goal. So
yeah, they were definitely pushing for it throughout the most of the game, and East were chasing that. So that was clear.
Yeah,
lights went out, and 5 minutes in, I see as well. Into that game, I was like, "Is this a repeat of
Rabina and Pine Hills?" Yeah.
I did think that, and I was like, "Oh dear, not another one."
Great result there for Alex Smith and the program there at Peninsula Power. We covered quite a lot of the other results in last week's show. Obviously, our Lions getting up over Annalee, etc. QAS getting a good win against Albany Creek. The other big result in this weekend was Logan hosting the former grand finalist in Western Pride.
Yes, Logan winning 2-1 over Western Pride. Yeah. Was expecting Western Pride to win in that one. Meg wasn't playing in that game.
No, she wasn't. No.
Maybe that's the difference. But but they still had Abby Lloyd and April in that team, so I was expecting them to get on top there. But good on Logan for coming in.
Yeah.
And
Western Pride had a first half lead, and then Logan equalised fairly late, and then a very late winner in sort of 90th minute. So.
Yeah, so both of those teams had very late winners to come on top, which is great for Logan to see. And when they come up against Western Pride, I'm sure they'll be out for blood there.
Yeah. And your girls at Kaplan, they had a strong win last night against Ipswich Knights. Good result for them.
Won 9-0 against Ipswich Knights, which was good, especially after the loss against QAS. And leading into the game with Gold Coast United on Sunday, I think they definitely needed another game in to
just build up the confidence and
gel a bit more together. Yeah. Having the Royal girls back didn't gel initially as well as we thought. So having this game was definitely beneficial. And I'm excited for Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it should be a cracking match. All right, so that'll wrap up the results sort of review from the weekend. I just want to bring you a bit of an update just on the competitions, just on how the promotion and relegation across our leagues are going to work this year. I don't think that's sort of been publicised yet, but just sort of bring some light to that. So we'll start off from the men's competition. So this will just be for the NPL and then down to FQPL 2 competitions. But the NPL, the bottom two get relegated as we knew, and then for the FQPR 1, the top 2 teams come up. So that's a nice sort of simple one there. Where it gets a little bit interesting is in the FQPL 2 with the relegation. So 11th place will be relegated to the FQPL 2 for next year. And then the second bottom place, so 10th place, goes into a playoff to either stay in the competition or to be relegated. Now in the FQPL 2, the top 3 from that league will be automatically promoted up in. So at the moment it's looking like Albany Creek and Surfers, and then a few people will be fighting for that sort of third position at the moment. So they'll go sort of straight up into it, and then the 4th place team will play off against that 10th place team in FQPR 1 for a spot in that competition. So that'll be interesting there. Obviously, Brisbane Roar as well, and the youth team, they can't be relegated from the NPL. So your boys are fine. That's nice on you.
Let's hope we're not that far down the
No. Hopefully, pushing for the final spot again.
Clear far away from there. So
so there's all a part of the connected competitions there and the connected pyramid. So that'll be really interesting to see how that FQPL 2 side sort of comes out. And then the bottom 11th and 12th of the bottom 2 places in the FQPL 2, 11th and 12th, will be relegated back to the FQPL 3, which will be like their local divisional sort of level. Obviously, we have the playoffs as well from the FQPL 3 coming into the FQPL 2, but we'll cover that in a sort of another moment there. So that'll be good. All right, then. So moving on to the women's and how their promotion and relegation works across their competitions. Again, just NPL and FQPL 2 competitions we're talking about here. So the bottom place team, so 9th place team, the NPL women's will get relegated, except if it's QAS, given QAS are exempt from relegation this year. And then for the FQPL 1 competition, 2 teams will be promoted, making that NPL women's a 10-team comp now. And so hopefully that'll form a more stable sort of top of the pyramid, if you will, for those competitions. So that'll be good. The bottom place team, so the 8th place team, will be relegated down to FQPL 2. And then similarly with FQPL 2, they will have 2 promoted going back up into the FQPL 1 team competition. And the bottom 2 will get relegated there. So you'll see, we'll put the ladders up as we're sort of previewing the competitions here, and you'll be able to see that sort of those positions identified there. So keep your eye out for them when we go through that. So let's move on to the round preview. Look at the weekend ahead. We've got a couple of really juicy fixtures here to cover, and we kick it off, Louis, with Friday night, as you said before, Lions. So. Lions
massive game for both teams. Obviously, Lions want to keep pushing and stay connected there with the top of the table, and similarly massive for Raw to try and push clear of that midfield and try and stay connected with the top four or 5 teams and keep the finals hopes alive. So massive opportunities for both teams there, and I'm sure it'll be a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. 4th place Springfield Power also host Gold Coast United, who are in 6th. I think Gold Coast United have the makings to be really sort of pushing for that top 4 team. I think Gray's built himself a good squad out there, and so They were sort of unlucky against Olympic, I suppose, but they've put together some good results so far. So I think that'll also be a fairly tight affair.
Yeah, for sure.
And Moreton Bay will be looking for their sort of first win for the season, trying to get something at Logan. Difficult place to go, but
never easy there. But they'll be hopeful for 3 points.
Absolutely, and Olympic will look to extend their their opening start. But they do have to do it up against Capalaba, and playing at Max Haynes is difficult as an away team. So that'll be interesting there. Tash, moving on to the women's fixtures here. What sort of takes your eye for this week?
Yeah, so Lions is versing South United, so that's 1st v 7th.
Yeah.
So that will be a good match to watch.
I think the positions, after one round, so the positions are kind of...
It's hard to say who's going to be where early, but
Souths have strengthened their team in the off-season, so hopefully that's a good matchup for them. They can just put that loss to East behind them. And
yeah, definitely. I also think that Lions going to South, not playing on their big field, is a advantage to South, and synthetic as well, that bounce.
Absolutely.
And the
just the
flow of
pace
the ball,
as well.
but Lions is a class act, so that service is no...
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then, as you said, Capalaba go down to Coplitz, down to play Gold Coast United. So
Sunday afternoon, always tough, end of a weekend, and middle of a long weekend, I suppose. But Gold Coast have retained well, and they didn't play last round as they had a bye.
Yeah, had the bye.
So we haven't really seen them in form yet. So this will be their first hit out for them.
Well, they played South West Queensland Thunder in the Kaplan Cup on the Good Friday as well. Played before the men. They actually South West Queensland Thunder actually went into halftime 1-1, but then
it's a great result for
halftime. Good start for them. But Gold Coast United ended up winning 6-1, just much better in the second half. So good effort from the Thunder girls, but that's
good for them.
That United squad is class. So it'd be interesting to see how they go in their first actual hit out. Into the FQPR 1 men's big match up this weekend. Rochdale Rovers against Brisbane Strikers. I've been sort of when Strikers became relegated, and Rochdale being as strong as they were sort of going to be this year. I was very much looking forward to seeing this match and how that'll go. I reckon that'll be a very close tie. Rochdale sitting in 4th and Strikers leading the pack in 1st. So I think Rochdale are starting to, after a few hiccups early on, I think they're starting to kind of claw back and really show that they're a finals contender and really looking for that promotion spot. So that'll be good to see. Thunder host Caboolture. That'll be an interesting tie. Cabo had as we said, sort of two sort of poor results, but Thunder also on the back of a loss. So
Thunder have been really strong this season though. So it'll be a good match for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Caboolture sitting in 7th, no one would have expected that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Oh, they'll probably like to be sitting higher, but hopefully they can push in this week. And Redlands moving up to 2nd as well, which is good to see. Into the FQPR 1 women's match around here, Western Pride and Brisbane City. That's two favourites sort of looking for that promotion spot there. Obviously Penn Power sort of sitting in 2nd there at the moment, but that match will be a really good one to watch.
Yeah, they're both coming off losses of their Kappa Cup. But I mean, Brisbane City played really well against South when I went to see them, and I'm sure Western Pride will be wanting to get a win back under their belt.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that will definitely be a great match to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. In the FQPL 2, Holland Park take on Service Paradise, so the second time in as many weeks as they take on one of the top teams. So they had someone sent off at the end, had Umar Sharif sent off at in that match against Albany Creek, so they'll be without him this week. But that'll be a good match, one to watch from that competition there. So Albany Creek host Coomera in a bit of a sort of top and tails of the competition there. So quite a few interesting sort of matchups across that league. And lastly, to finish things off, the FQPL 2 women's UQFC hosts 4th place Robina, so UQ sitting top of the table there. That'll be an interesting result. Robina unfortunately went down to Olympic last night, lost 3-0. They'll be looking to bounce back, and UQ weren't in that stage of the cup, so they're sort of coming off fresh legs there. So
Yeah, UQ have started really strong, so hopefully Robina can, sitting fourth, will be able to give them a good match and come out firing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on to the next segment. I've got Louis Zabala here to have a chat. So he's in the chair, and so going into. So yeah, I'm very excited to hear how how your progression's sort of come along, and yeah, just hear your story. And it's an interesting story. We were talking off air before, so I'm excited to kind of give this to the fans.
Yeah.
You had a fantastic 2021. You were nominated for Young Player of the Year. Captained the Raw Youth side to a semi-final. Unfortunately, a loss against Olympic, but that's the best finish that the Raw Youth side has had in the NPL.
Yeah.
And you also found yourself in the team of the season. So congratulations on that fantastic year.
Thank you.
How was it to be part of that?
Yeah, I think obviously those individual accolades, I think that's just a reward for being part of such a great team that we had there last season. There was a lot of good players there. And we had a very good squad. But I think at the start of the season we made it clear that maybe in the past the Raw hadn't done as good as maybe they should have. And we made it clear that we wanted to play finals football, and we started the season well and pretty much just kept on rolling and maybe people thought maybe we were going to drop off and drop points during the middle of the season, but I think credit to everyone, the coaching staff and the players, we just kept going, and I think in the end, we had chances to maybe even pick up more points than we did. So it was a great season individually and collectively, and I was just happy to be part of that team.
Yeah, Cyrus Demi actually one player of the actually one player of the year is nominated alongside you, and it was fantastic to see his rise and. His season, a great season.
Playing in the midfield when we had Eli Adams, Cyrus Demi, Keegan Yalicic, all up front.
Yeah,
give them service, and we've all seen what they've done in the NPL in the past. So I think Cyrus had 24 goals or something like that.
He scored quite a few.
Yeah, some absolutely ridiculous stats there, and Eli, Keegan as well. Just give them a ball and let them do what they do. So my job's not too hard.
Class players. It's been great to see the pathway of the Raw Youth coming into the first team. You picked up yourself and signed a professional contract in sort of towards the end of January. Debuted on the 15th against Sydney FC and played 12 appearances since. So how has that been to get in and amongst that atmosphere and that environment?
I've been training with the first team since they started their pre-season in August last season, but I think I've been training and I've been ready for the debut, but it all kind of happened very quickly. Obviously there was the COVID situation, we had a few players in and out, and the opportunity came maybe earlier than expected, but it came, and I took that opportunity, and since then I haven't looked back. I've been just working hard, trying to keep improving, keep my spot in the team, and help the team as best as I can. At the moment, I'm just enjoying it and taking it for what it is. But definitely want to keep on pushing now and secure a spot in the starting team. Moving forward. Yeah,
fantastic. Obviously worked close with Warren Moon. Like since he's come in, he's sort of been looking over the junior program a lot closer than say previous coaches have. Being a Queenslander himself, he wants to push Queenslanders through, which is awesome to see.
We've always had the quality there, and normally a lot of them have gone elsewhere to pursue that. So it's great that he's actually looking.
For sure.
And just how is it like that you get these opportunities? Like, how much does that motivate the players in the youth team that's playing in the NPL to really sort of see that they can actually get selected?
100%. And even when I first came into the Raw Youth program, that's when Alex Parsons was starting to kind of break through and players like that. And then given that we did do so well in the NPL last season, I suppose it is rewarding to see that players like myself and even Eli starting to play now, Cyrus, are getting opportunities in the first team, because, when you're in the academy and you're doing well, and if players aren't getting rewarded for it, then, it's easy to say, well, what are we doing here?
What's the point?
And maybe they do start to look elsewhere. But when you are doing well and then you are being rewarded for it, I think it keeps the players hungry. It knows that there is a clear pathway for them, and that maybe that step is closer than they think. It's reality. Like, you know, at other clubs or maybe previously here, that, you know, even though the NPL team is a reserve team for the first team, maybe that step hasn't been as possible. But I think now, especially on the back of the results that and with Warren there, looking closely at it, I think the possibility and opportunities are there, and players are taking them at the moment. So it's good to see.
Yeah, fantastic. We're going to ask Louis a few more questions. In this segment, but for now, for the main part of the show, we're going to cut to the next segment. So to catch the full version of the audio, make sure you tune in to our podcast programs on Spotify or on FQTV. We'll upload the In the Chair segment with Lewis. So make sure you catch that. We'll move on to the regional roundup here. I'm going to start it the other way. We'll finish on Lewis's northern area, but we'll start in the SEQ. It was a bit of a quiet week in the SEQ region. Obviously, with the Easter break, there weren't too many games, just the cup games and the sort of higher level games there. But we did have the FQ holiday clinics in Stanthorpe, Pimpamar, and various places across the metro, the Brisbane region there. So that was a fantastic success. The first of many, I believe. So
I believe we're holding those across all school holidays, and a lot got sold out. So that's really positive sign. So we'll definitely continue that.
Absolutely.
Next school holidays.
Yeah. We'll touch on one Kaplan Super Cup result there. Taringa against Maroochydore. Both the two sort of local or more local teams, I suppose, sort of going up against each other. Taringa walking away 3-1 winners there. But so they are the last sort of remaining team that's not in the NPL or the FQPR 1. So that's fantastic to see. And they face Sunny Coast Wanderers in their round 4 leg. So
they've done well to get that far. Yeah,
best of luck to them. So moving up north in the Sunny Coast, the FQPL men's and women's competitions kick off this weekend. So Maroochydore FC are one of the favourites coming into it. They've got a new coach in Warren Crickmore. Who's brought in some big name signings. So Maroochydore are looking the likely favourites for this competition there. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Namboy and Dina went well last year. They were the premiers. Made it through to the final before bowing out there. In the FQPL women, BYL Glasshouse will be the ones to watch there. They've got Samara Christmas.
That's a great signing.
From the Sunny Coast Wanderers. So, it'd be good to see what she can do to that side and that competition as well. So having someone like Samara come down, that'll be...
Just build the competition up there in the Sunshine Coast. I know she's a Sunshine Coast girl, so playing in her region, she'll love that. Yeah,
that'd be good. There's a big game to kick things off as well with Namboy and Dina in second. And second place from last year, hosting Maroochydore, who were third place last year. So an absolute cracker to start the season. So that's fantastic. Speaking of top of the table clashes, in Wide Bay, across the waves, host Fraser Flames, who are second and first respectively in the FQPL women's. So that's they're both unbeaten in that competition, and that match takes place on Friday night. And then in the men's, we've got, again, across the waves, hosting Fraser Flames, but they're third and second respectively. Again, both unbeaten, and that match will be on the Saturday night. So, that'll be a fantastic match to see. Yeah. In the Central region, in the men's, we've got the Gladstone Derby. It's Central FC versus Clinton FC. So, again, bit on the line in the Gladstone region there. So, Gladstone town. Yeah, so fantastic. We've just come off the back of a really big week up in the northern region of Townsville. We had the Australian under-16 Select team playing there. They were there for a week. They played a match at the stadium there. They had Luke Wiltshire, Mark Milligan come along in front of head coach Trevor Morgan. So big week for them.
Yeah, no, I think that's exciting for the North having that up there, and I think that's a great step for them.
Yeah. They on the Thursday, as we were filming last week, the Talent ID camp took on a FQ Northern under-20 Select team as well, from featuring quite a lot of young talent from the region around. So there's plenty of involvement in that from players from down as far as like Mackay and up in Cairns and stuff, sort of forming forming that team as well as Townsville. So there were 9 Queenslanders in the under 16s talent camp as well. So
good.
that was fantastic to see. So yeah. Looking at the Townsville comps, they've had a few rounds in at the moment. MA Olympic dominating up there, 3 wins from 3.
Not much has changed, unfortunately.
Well, they are one of your rivals up there.
They've been a powerhouse for a while.
The team
there.
to beat.
Strong side in the north and seem to be doing it year in, year out at the moment. So hopefully someone can knock them off soon.
Yeah. And your former clubs in Townsville Warriors and Burdekin sitting 5th and 6th respectively. So.
Slow starts for them. Hopefully they can pick up a few points in the next few weeks.
Yeah. None of your brothers playing for any of these teams?
My brothers are far away from football, believe
me. You were too good to get them out of it. And then in the women's, Townsville Warriors are joint leaders after 3 games with MA Olympic and Brothers Townsville. So that's a sort of tight competition up there. The Far North in golf, FQPR women's competitions kick off this weekend. Edgehill United, the reigning premiers, and they're also through to the playoff in the Kaplan Super Cup. So they'll make the quarter final for that essentially. So
they've been doing really well in the women's Kaplan Cup. So
they beat MA Olympic. So there you go. And then with Sunday Coast, women's have a top of the clash between Mackay Lions and with Sunday United. So. That's fantastic to see. So, that's it for the regional roundup there.
There's a lot happening in the regional roundup.
Yeah, a lot happening. It's they've had the Easter break. They're getting back. And
they're back into it now.
It's
absolutely.
Good to see. Speaking of big games coming up, Brisbane Roar actually have a home game on Anzac Day on the 25th against Melbourne Victory. How are the boys feeling for that?
Yeah, very good. Back into training this week, and training's been good. Had a tough session this morning, but the boys are looking good for it, and hopefully the fans can come out in numbers and support us, get behind us, and hopefully we'll put on a good show for them and get a big result there.
It'll be a big day. Obviously putting on it'd be a bit of an Anzac service as well, given it's Anzac Day, and also Aurora putting together a Legends team. Led by Matt Mackay. So that'll be good. They've already made a couple of good signings, including friend of the show, Matt Smith. And Shane Stefanuto, the Slippery Fish is back. There's several other names. I think a few are sort of getting announced as well in the coming days. So this Legends team are actually taking on some representatives from the Australian Army and the Queensland Police Force. So
for sure. I'd urge the fans to get down there. It'll be a good afternoon.
Yeah, so tickets are on sale now, so make sure you get in for them. They're 15 for juniors and 22 for adults. So that counts for 2 games as well. You obviously get to see the Legends match kicking off at 12:15, and then the topside match at just after 2:00. So that'll be a
good game. Hopefully it's not too hot for them.
No. So make a day of it and head up to Redcliffe.
For sure, get out there.
Yeah, enjoyable place to play at Moreton Daly.
Yeah, it's a great little stadium there. I think when we do get it a bit more full, it's a great atmosphere. The place can get bouncing. So urge the fans to get down there and let's get it bouncing.
Let's just put out the call. Alrighty. So just before we end things off. I feel like it was a bit of a success last week. 2 out of the 3 of our picks for player to watch did well, got on the score sheet. So Lewis, we'll start with you. A player to watch from the.
I've got a bit of a wild card. Obviously, Lions. We know who they've got. Some big players there, and obviously they're doing well. But Tommy Waddingham from Raw Youth got his first start in senior NPL against Moreton Bay, and he got on the score sheet. So. I think he's one to watch for sure. He's a good kid, works hard, and he's got plenty of talent too. So
fantastic.
He's the one for me. I hope he's on the score sheet again.
All right.
Big upset.
Let's go.
There we go.
Tash, what about yourself?
Bronte from Gold Coast United. She's she just recently moved to this new team, and I think she'll be starting up front or in the back line, so she'll be a player to watch, I reckon. And Palava has a lot on their hands if she is up front, so she'll definitely be a player to watch. Yeah,
absolutely. As for myself, with the Strikers Rochdale match, I'm going to pick a few from pick a goal from that game. I've got Geordie Farina, who's in good scoring form and loves the celebration at the moment. So Get the Christian Benteke out this time. We'll hopefully see that one after he scores. Then as well, Marek Madley leading the line up there for Rochdale. Didn't get on the score sheet against Thunder, but he was actually created a lot of chances. Got himself a cheeky assist in there as well. But he was an absolute menace.
He's done it everywhere he's went. So
So definitely players to watch. So yeah, fantastic. All right, well, Lewis, thanks for coming on to the show today. It was really great to have you on and to chat about that regional connection and your journey. I wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, and it's been good.
Yeah, thank you. Well, for all updates on Football Queensland website, make sure you check it out. And our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Check us out. We'll chuck the links below there. So all the fixtures, all the highlights, all that good stuff, good football stuff. Love it. And all the live streams on FQTV as well this weekend. Big weekend ahead, but look forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Tash.
thanks, team.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. See ya.